So the first thing is people to realize that there's nothing wrong with you if you're scared to take these steps. I mean, there is a fundamental human attribute that is what makes it so difficult to take these things on, and it's that fundamental fear of looking like an ass. That if you're going to do something that hasn't been done before, absolutely there's a chance you're going to fall on your face, that it's not going to work. And most people, and myself included, don't want that. You want to do well, you want to be successful, you want your ideas to work. And the most important thing is getting over that fear and realizing that the world is not going to collapse if this thing you try doesn't work. And if I look back on what really made the difference for me is that I started small. And I encourage everybody, and I don't just mean started small as a small person, I mean the risks that I was taking were very small. You know, I was pitching, hey, if you buy 2 packs of seeds, I'll throw a 3rd one in for free. So they say no, nothing happened. You know, they didn't laugh, they didn't get insulted and hit me, they just said no. And once you begin to realize that you can take these small steps and nothing bad happens, you gain courage to try it again. And I think what people sometimes do is they have this idea, but they immediately leap to the idea fully formed. And they begin to say, what do I need to do to try this? And I've got to raise money, and I've got to hire a team, and I've got to get a co-founder, and I've got to finish school first. And they've built this thing up in their head. So of course it's really, really hard. But anyone who's tried to learn a second language knows that the fundamental thing to learn a second language is you've got to be prepared to sound like you're in 1st grade, even if you're a 40-year-old person wearing a suit. And that's how you learn a language. But the way you do it is you get your courage up to order a cup of coffee. You do not apply for a job as a simultaneous translator at the United Nations. You work your way up to that one. And it's the same thing with any of these ideas. You have some idea, you figure out a way to start small, to take a small step. And so when I look back at the things that gave me the confidence to do it, it's purely gaining experience that I can do this. I mean, a perfect corollary, you know, I do a fair amount of public speaking, you know, and I've gotten to the point now where I'll go out on stage in front of 10,000 people and do an hour-long keynote. And, you know, so people go, gosh, aren't you terrified? And the honest answer is yes, of course. I'm scared every time, whether it's going on in front of 20 people or 2,000 or 10,000 people. I stand backstage and I go, oh my God, this is going to be terrible. I'm not going to know what to say. I'm going to make an ass of myself. The difference is I have that other little voice now saying, Mark, I know you're scared, but remember, the other 600 times you've done that, the minute you're out on stage, all that fear goes away. And it's a very, very similar thing to getting the courage to try something new.